Hey everyone, welcome. Today we are diving into some really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive, and honestly super essential health facts. We're going to look at 10 things that might just make you completely rethink your daily habits. Okay, you ready? Let's get started with our first surprise.
First up, a question for you. Think back to grade school. Remember your teacher telling you to sit still? Well, what if all that foot tapping, leg shaking, and pencil twirling was secretly helping you? Let's find out. So, we're kicking things off by looking at habits we usually think of as bad, but as it turns out, science says they might have some pretty amazing benefits.
That's right. That restless leg shaking, which is sometimes called poverty shaking, is now being looked at as a health shake. So why is that? Well, it's because all that tiny movement actually improves your blood flow in a big way, and the implications are pretty cool. This simple subconscious act can help with cold hands and feet, it can reduce swelling, and it might even lower your risk of dangerous blood clots. Who knew?
All right, from one unexpected source of health to another. And, well, this one purrs.
So get this. Research shows that just petting a cat can seriously dial down your negative feelings. And the science behind it is just fantastic. It releases oxytocin. You've probably heard of it as the love hormone, which is known to boost your immune system and slash your stress. Plus, that low-frequency rumble of a cat's purr, it can actually lower your heart rate. Not a bad trade-off for a few cuddles, right?
Okay, so we've seen a couple of cool, unexpected ways our bodies can find balance. But what happens when we push those so-called healthy habits too hard? Let's flip the script a little. We've seen how bad can be good, but what about when trying to be too good actually, backfires? So on one hand, you've got this image of peak physical fitness, and on the other, peaceful, restorative rest. Now we're taught to maximize both of these, right? But pushing either one to the absolute extreme can have some pretty serious downsides. It's a total paradox, isn't it? People who work constantly without breaks, or who push themselves with these incredibly hard workouts, they often have weaker immune systems. And here's why. That kind of overexertion keeps your sympathetic nervous system, your body's fight-or-flight mode, switched on all the time. That, in turn, actually lowers your count of lymphocytes, which are the very cells your body needs to fight off infections.
And what about catching up on sleep? We all do it. It feels like the smart, responsible thing to do after a long week. But here's the thing. Sleeping in late on Saturday and Sunday completely throws your body's internal clock out of whack. It totally explains why you might be staring at the ceiling on Sunday night, unable to sleep, which then leads to that awful, groggy Monday morning. You're basically giving yourself jet lag every single weekend.
Okay, let's shift gears now to some more serious, data-backed warnings. These are some of the hidden risks of our modern lives that, honestly, we all need to be a little more aware of. Take a look at this number, 2.6 times. What do you think that represents? Well, it's the increased risk you have of developing diabetes if you've gained more than 5 kilograms, that's about 11 pounds, since you were 20 years old. And here's the simple math behind it. A single kilogram of weight gain equals about 7,000 calories of stored excess energy. It really just goes to show how those small, gradual changes in our lifestyle are what make the biggest difference for our long-term health. Now, this next one is a pretty startling statistic. According to data from Japan's National Cancer Center, the lifetime risk of developing cancer is incredibly high. It's roughly 1 in 2 people. The numbers show the risk is a bit higher for men, over 60%, and just under 50% for women. Now, we can't prevent it completely, of course, but it's a powerful reminder that our lifestyle choices really do matter.
And here's another sobering number for you, 40%. That is the increased risk of mortality for people who sit for more than 11 hours a day compared to those who sit for less than 4. A 40% increase.
And here's exactly why that risk is so high. After just 30 minutes of sitting down, the speed of the blood flow in your legs can drop by a staggering 70%. For all of us working from home or at a desk all day, the message here is crystal clear. You've got to get up and walk around for a few minutes every half hour. It's that simple. And finally, let's talk about smoking. It's just a direct assault on your body's defenses. Tobacco smoke has over 200 harmful substances. The carbon monoxide literally hijacks your red blood cells, which stops them from carrying oxygen around your body. This leads to this chronic state of oxygen deprivation, which cripples your body's ability to do, well, everything. And it just systematically weakens your entire immune system. Phew, okay.
after all those warnings, let's end this on an empowering note. Let's talk about the simple, powerful tools you have right at your fingertips every single day to protect your health.
You know, we take hand washing for granted now, but its champion, a doctor named Ignaz Semmelweis, was basically treated like a madman. Back in the 1840s, he figured out that if doctors washed their hands, death rates in hospitals just plummeted. But the medical community, they rejected his ideas, they drove him out of the profession. It was only after he died, when germ theory was proven, that he was finally vindicated. What a story. A true pioneer. Way, way ahead of his time.
And for our final tip, let's look inside something you might have in your kitchen right now, a simple cup of green tea. Turns out it's holding a natural, potent secret weapon for your immune system.
And this is basically the battle plan. The secret weapons are these powerful antioxidants called catechins. You can think of them as your body's own little special forces unit. First, they seek out and destroy harmful bacteria by literally breaking down their defenses, their cell membranes. But they don't even stop there. They also neutralize the nasty toxins that get left behind by bad guys like E. coli and Salmonella. Pretty amazing stuff. So from fidgeting to green tea, from the real dangers of sitting too much to the incredible power of petting a cat, it's clear that our health is a story written in all these small daily actions. The biggest changes really do start with the smallest habits. So I guess the only question left is, which one are you going to start with? Thanks so much for tuning in.